Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about figuring out your eye relief. Okay, so doesn't matter what type of a scope you have, as long as it's got some magnification. Put it on a table that has like a crack in it or some type of a marking, right? Could just be a line, and just take a flashlight and you're going to shine it in through the front of the lens. Okay, and then you're going to put your hand here and you're going to see that at some point as your hand moves back and forth, you're gonna see it focus. Okay, so that's right now. If this is work, like right now I'm moving the rifle up, so that happens to be right there. So I'm gonna move the rifle back. So I positioned the rifle exactly. I want my hand to end up exactly where that crack is. A little bit more. No, a little bit more. Oh, a little more. See how I'm doing that just to get it perfect? There it is, right there. Okay, so at this point over here, when I put my hand here, that's when that light is like finally focused. Okay, so on the 6X, I got about 2 3/4 inches of eye relief. Okay, 2 3/4 on this Vortex 6X. So this is the primary arms PLX 1 to 8. I'm going to do the same thing here. Put my hand, shine the light to the front, move my hand back and forth to find that fine focus. Move the rifle a little bit so that it's positioned right on that point. It's about there. So on this one, we've got about just a little bit under 4 inches of eye relief, and on this primary arms 5 to 25. Okay. So that's about that position right there. So that should also be it's a little bit like maybe 4 1/4 inches. And you can also try this on the different magnifications. So that was 25. Let's try 5 to see if it changes. No, it didn't change. Okay, so that's it right there. About 4 1/4 inches. Okay, so that's how you figure out your eye relief. Like for example, like I've got like on these other scopes, like on these scopes over here, it basically ends up, the back ends up basically just in front of the charging handle. On this Vortex 6X here, the way this worked out is the magnifier, I mean, not the magnifier, the optic, right? Because it's got a red dot. This red dot was on there first. And then because I had a 3X on here, the relief on the 3X is slightly different. It's also a little bit shorter. So what I'm finding now with the 6X, what I have to do is I have to really extend the stock. So the red dot needs to move further up so that the magnifier moves slightly forward, and then this way I don't have to extend the stock all the way. Okay, so but this is a way that before you, because what you want to do is, especially with a magnifier, you want to put the magnifier on first, find the right eye relief, right? See where, and then the red dot goes in front of it. Okay, so that's why you want to put the magnifier on first, figure out where your face needs to be. All right, and like I said, this one has an eye relief of about 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so this needs to go a little bit further up, so I don't need to extend the stock all the way. And then the red dot, because normally you center your red dot over the ejection port. This is an AR-10, and my thinking with this was that since the receiver is a little bit longer, I brought it a little further back so it would be in the same position that my red dots always are, right? But that was actually ended up being incorrect for me, because initially I was using a 3X on this, but then when I went up to the 6X, which is a little bit longer, now the 6X magnifier hangs past the charging handle, and that forces me to extend the stock, this collapsible stock when I shoot. So it's one of the benefits of having a collapsible stock. You can fine tune your eye relief, but at some point I need to basically fix the problem rather than I mean, the true problem here is that this magnifier needs to be a little bit further. So once that goes a little bit further, then the stock can be at my standard position. And then the red dot, that has like a red dot has like unlimited eye relief, because that could be all the way up here. So it doesn't matter where it goes as long as it's someplace on the upper receiver, without being on the rail. Okay, but that's how you figure out your eye relief. You take a little light, you shine it to the front, and you move your hand back and forth to see where you're going to get that fine focus. Drop some comments below. I'm also going to include a playlist to an optics, scope and optics. Basically, I'm going to include a link to a scope and optics playlist. You should check that out.